Hi everyone, welcome back to the series. My name is Royce and I'm here to share my knowledge, experience, and observations to hopefully empower individuals to make better choices in whatever situation they are in at their own life. So in this video, we are still in the second major section, which is about awareness, and we are about to hit the second of the three E's. And in this video, we're going to talk about the second E, which is the etiquette of misconceptions for education, careers, and job ladders with double standards. So you may be wondering, how do you even know about this, or how can you determine this? So whatever timeline you're living in and wherever you're going to get like an education or get a job, career, or whatever, you're going to realize there's certain other individuals or people that just have it easier than you, right? And this creates this atmosphere of double standards. And sure, people will say other things, many excuses, or like some privileged stuff. And it's always hard to see this double standard, but it's always there. It's so prevalent throughout history, throughout the timeline. And this is, I think, a very good knowledge to know for yourself so that you can make better decisions and choices in order for you to navigate or avoid these double standards or get through these double standards. So the rich person mindset, when it comes to education, they also want to be in sync or with the clique of their other individuals and peers, and this is seen through all socioeconomic status groups. Okay, but for a rich person, they want to go to the best, and in this current timeline, the best is like the Ivy Leagues. And I'm just going to name a few. They have like Harvard, MIT, Stanford, any of the big schools for education and whatnot. And then once they get those degrees, they want to climb the ladders of jobs and, having a career. And of course, like I said, in foundations, they have the RSN, the resources, skills, and network. So in the rich person's mindset, they want to just keep on building upon that, right? May not apply to some rich people, the outliers, but in the rich person's mindset, that's like the path they will probably most likely take. And you're going to see this throughout history. You see this throughout family empires, you see this throughout kingdoms, and even, other types of living, like in democracy, plutocracy, and whatnot. So, how on earth do rich people like decide and think about what to do and stuff like that? Well, when they think about like the education, they obviously get something that fits their interests and it's easy for them to enjoy. Because the most important thing for the rich person is just happiness, because they probably have all the RSNs, right? So they look for some major or some career they will enjoy, and they will become good at it no matter the cost. You've seen so many people that they work hard and stuff like that, but when you're rich, success is basically inevitable because you just have more than the average person, and they'll eventually become successful. No doubt in my mind. You can see it throughout history, right? You see some individuals that borrow lots of money, or they use their network of people that have really high positions in the social ladder or in social economic ladder or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, it's so prevalent in history. And that's basically how the rich mindset is when it comes to, the etiquette misconception of education and, the career job ladder. And then it creates this double standard for other individuals that, oh, if they're able to do this, why can't I also be able to do that? But it's because of like what I said, the networking and everything else like that. It's so obfuscated or hidden that it doesn't get mentioned at all most of the time throughout history. And people will just say another excuse for something else, which will move now onto the poor people mindset, or like the poor person's perspective on this. So, for regular people such as you and I, When we think about the etiquette misconception and how we view education, of course, we want to become well educated, or that is the dream to become well educated so that we can secure a good job and get a good career and make a lot of money, obviously. And that may be the case for most people, but for a poor person's mindset, that is like the ultimate goal, honestly. And there's no other way around it, but this is how it usually will go, right? So once we get into school and stuff like that, obviously we are told to get the good grades and to excel further. And of course, we want to grow ourselves as a person. And there's no wrong or right way to live life. I'm just sharing my observation and experience. So after we get our education and stuff like that, we try to seek out the companies that are going to help propel ourselves, obviously, and to showcase our skills to earn lots of money. But then the thing is that the rich person's mindset also gets clouded into our vision as well. And sometimes when we compete with these rich people, we often lose out because we lack the RSNs, like the resources and the network most of the time. And then it created that double standard that no one knows about, and it's just really prevalent, and you probably can tell it's like some form of nepotism or whatever you want to call it. This is seen throughout history, like the king obviously is going to hire their own son and stuff like that, and there's just no way around it, I feel. But it's good to be aware. However, it's good to be aware of it. And then you see that etiquette of misconception, right? That we should respect like the people, and like, oh, they're also hardworking, but the other person is also hardworking. So now we have like a hardworking rich person and a hardworking poor person, but still the person that has the opportunity cost, or like the more to gain from, is obviously the best to hire the rich person, right? And so then now the poor person is at a total loss for what they've dreamed or worked towards their whole life, right? And I feel like that is one of the double standards that I keep mentioning, that people don't understand. When you get that rejection letter, and then the poor person's perspective, it's like they've kind of failed in life, but in reality they just didn't have the RSN that the other candidate had. Like, I could be the son's president, and I could just have like a better chance of getting a sort of job or a career. And let's say a random person from some unknown town, but they graduated from Harvard, right? It happens throughout history. It happens, and you can also see that in your friends group, or just ask people around you in your timeline, and you're going to see that there is a double standard in no matter what timeline you're in. With that said, I'm going to start wrapping up this section on the etiquette of misconceptions of education, careers, and job ladders with double standards. So I gave a basic idea of the rich perspective and the poor perspective. So what is the end cycle and the goal of this, or somewhat the purpose? Well, the thing is, for poor people, we spend our whole lives working hard for many things, right? And to push ourselves through the limit through education, careers, and job ladders, only to get shied away from our dreams because of another person that's rich and has all the RSNs, is quite devastating. Because even if you have a hard-working rich person and a hard-working poor person, people will be more inclined to choose the person that has the most resources and network. And with that being said, I hope you're more aware of this. Double standard is pretty much prevalent throughout history, and I want people to realize that and try to give everyone an equal opportunity, an equal chance of being able to accomplish their dreams in life. So with that being said, I will see you in the next video where we go over the last of the three E's.